3, 2, 1.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and let's get ready for EJ Boxing Live.
How you doing, fans? Hope everyone's blessed. Everyone's having a all right day. So I'm hoping to have James Ali Bashir on. I'll just talk to him briefly, so I'm gonna call him. But just to recap for those who don't know. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna share the screen. If you haven't seen it already, so to set up the scene, and let Mr. Bashir answer in his own words about what happened, and then we're just gonna take it from there, and then we're gonna call him after, because the verdict has been in that Yusuf Mack has done a plea, so he'll be paying a fine and might see some jail time. So we'll see what Mr. Bashir has. But we'll go back to the video, obviously, his reaction to what happened to him at the event. Let's go.
Good evening. This is yours truly, James Ali Bashir. I'm on the mend now. Got knocked on my behind, so I'm back. I'm on the mend. But I'm just here to say that no one has the right to assault or attempt assault on anyone's life. We can talk smack all we want to talk. That goes without saying, to and fro. But no one has the right to pick up an object or to strike anybody with any foreign object. All right? And that's what happened to me. I was struck from behind because of smack talking. And I did not start that smack talking. That smack talking started from members of the entourage of Claressa Shields. I didn't say a single thing. The only thing I did was come up and try to see what her weight was. I was curious. I wanted to see what weight she had, because I think at that time she wasn't at weight. Maybe she came to weight later on, but at that particular time I don't think she was at weight. And when I came up to look, members of her entourage intervened. They came towards me. I stepped back once, twice. I wasn't stepping back the third time. I stepped back just to keep from making contact with them. All right? But still, no one has any right to assault me or anybody else. Anybody can do anything at any given time. They can stand there and watch what's going on the scales. And that's what I was doing. That's all I was doing. When I was accosted, when I was approached by members of the Claressa Shields camp, blocking me so I couldn't get there to see what her weight was. All right? So whatever was said, that's the true story. This is what happened. All right? That's all. I didn't say anything outside of that. But nonetheless, it's done and over with. It's done and over with. I'm not going to do anything else now, but I want this young man that struck me from behind, since he was so courageous to strike me from behind, now I want him to pay the cost to be the boss. I want him to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. He should not have done that, all right? He acted irrationally, and then maybe later on in his life, he'll straighten his life out. But right now, I'm going to try to prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law. Thank you.
So that's Mr. Bashir's own words straight after, probably like a week or something after the incident. And after this interview, he had a brain bleed and stuff, which is pretty hard. And I know Mr. Bashir was pretty devastating and upsetting. So obviously, we're going to see the plea. Let me bring up on the screen. Plea that Yusuf Mack, not Yusuf Mack. We call it Yusuf Mack. That's the other one. Okay, bring up on the screen now. Claressa Shields' brother. What's his name again? Artis Mack. Yusuf Mack. All right, yeah. So let me see some of these pictures here. Yeah. Okay. There's some of his pictures. Make it full screen so you can see. I was doing this earlier on actually before Mr. Bashir. I talked to Mr. Bashir, and yeah, so he done a deal, and he's only gonna be paying £1,000 or dollars, and he may have 1 year in jail. So these are pictures, obviously, from the court case. I don't think Mr. Bashir was there. Obviously, it's in Detroit, and he can't really fly because of brain bleed. So he took a plea, pled guilty to aggravated assault. I don't see how the prosecution, they saw it as a win, but because he got a lesser time, maybe Mr. Bashir could have been moved. The defense attorney Frank Milan watches as Artis Mack signed the agreement of plea guilty to aggravated assault on Monday, February the 10th. This is not too long ago. District Court Flint, Michigan charge was reduced. Yeah, the charge was reduced. Yeah, for one count as assault with intent to do great bodily harm. In England, we call it grievous body harm, less than murder. He will be sentenced on March the 10th. You know what I'm saying? So that's him signing it. The assistant prosecution Karen Hassan spoke during the plea agreement hearing for Artis Mack. I think maybe because Mr. Bashir wasn't there, February the 10th, Flint, Michigan court charge was reduced from one count assault with the attempt to do grievous bodily harm, less than murder, will be sentenced. Okay, so she was representing Mr. James Ali Bashir, who wasn't there. Overall, it's just sad. You know what I mean? This is nothing to jump up and say, yeah, man, this guy deserves it, man. This is a sad ordeal, man. You know what I mean? It's too hard to watch, yeah. Hoping the justice for Mr. Bashir, props for, yeah, absolutely, man. Coach, what's that? Coach Shell? What's up, man? He damn near killed him. Yeah, he did. Absolutely. Crazy. It's unfortunate, man. See, the thing is, yeah, that's Claressa Shields' sister, I think, and her mom, Claressa Shields' mom. It's crazy. The whole thing is unfortunate. I'm telling you, man. It's just nothing. There's nothing to jump up and skip about. It's just unfortunate. So, from his eyes, he's crazy. His eyes, he was defending his family that some people would do, and from Mr. Bashir's eyes, like, yo, if you got something to say, you could say, and we could talk it out, but. You know, it was a heated situation. He's fighter, he's amped. There's the people's blood's running. His fighters fighting, and he's the thing. Mr. Bashir is around a lot of men. He's not used to being around a woman. That's a question I need to ask him. After the situation, would he train any women after that? You know, and what did he think of the fight? It's just unfortunate, man. I don't really take no big happiness about it. It's just unfortunate, the whole thing. This didn't need to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's just the guy's a troubled young man, and maybe he could have made the way he threw hand. Maybe he could have been a boxer himself. Yeah, because that's really obviously that's what he did. I mean, look at that, man. He got the jumpsuit on. Look at that. They got him chained up like a dog, man. It's horrible. Look at that. But they got sandals there. Nah, it's loose, man. It's horrible. Orange jumpsuit. It's just unfortunate, man. For real. All right, let's call Mr. James Ali Bashir. Let's see what Mr. Bashir has to say about this. Take it off full screen. Exit full screen. Call Mr. James Ali Bashir himself. Where is the? I don't see where you are, StreamYard. See what? Okay, let me take it off that. Put it on that. Okay, put it on this picture. And we're gonna call Mr. James Ali Bashir. All right, props. We're gonna call him as we speak right now. Hopefully he's not busy and he's got time for us. I hope he has. He's a very busy man, you know. He's always doing stuff. Never Mr. Bashir, doesn't do anything idle. He's never been idled. So it's probably hard for him to be to not do anything. All right, we're calling him right now. Loading up. Hopefully we get straight through him and talk. I haven't talked to my friend Mr. Bashir since the incident happened. It was hard, man. I ain't gonna lie. It was very hard for me, man. Phil Walker, man. Does he get compensation? We're gonna find out, Phil. It's a good question. You know, we're gonna find out all that shortly. Just ringing him now. Try again. Hopefully. Oh, really? Let me try again. Oh, okay. Find out, Phil. We get some compensation. Whatever happened. Obviously, you know, he found out about. It was connected now. There we go. We go through. Mr. Bashir.
Yeah.
How you doing, man? EJ Boxer Live. We are live here. With Mr. Mr. James Ali Bashir, man. First and foremost, I know happy 2020. I haven't talked to you since obviously last year. How you feeling?
Yes. I'm okay.
You're okay.
Considering I'm okay.
Yeah, considering. So the verdict has been he took a plea. Give us your thoughts on it. Your direct reaction on.
I'm on a call right now, so let's do it. I'll call you in 5 minutes.
Okay.
5 minutes. Call me back.
5 minutes.
I gotta. All right. 5 minutes. All right.
Okay. I'll do that. Okay.
I'll look forward to. I'll look forward to it.
Okay. All right. 5 minutes, man. All right. So, okay. 5 minutes. Let me read your guys in the chat anyway. Yeah, thanks, appreciate it. Storm B, man, at 100%. Big up to your channel. Yeah, it's still hard to watch, man. Hopefully, Justice, Mr. James here, props. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, damn, he killed him. Yeah, he did, man, 100%. Yeah, hopefully get compensation. I'll ask him that, man. Yeah, man, Aztec, you know what I'm saying? You have to, like, you know what I'm saying? We got to do this, man. You know, we got to find out. You know, he's an elder in the community. Enough respect due to, you know, the Mr. Amos. We works with all Klitschko, Usyk. He told me about Usyk way before. And we was actually talking about Usyk on Rafi's channel, talking about, obviously, him and Derek Bashir. And obviously, we know he's injured and stuff like that. You know, here his take on that. Here his take on, obviously, his fight at Glasarenko. Here his take on everything, all boxing, obviously after the court thing, and just let him just give him his time to just talk and share his thoughts with you guys there, so you guys know that he's okay and he's doing all right. I mean, he said he's okay and stuff like that. And see how you think. Obviously, I don't think he could flow, but I feel like Mr. Bashir, you know what I mean, he's gonna give us a really good in-depth interview about what's happened, man. Yeah, Bashir will check on the man. Yeah, man, Bashir's a cool dude, man. He's a cool dude, man. Yeah, he check. Mr. Bashir told me before. I mean, he told before he would have gave him a fair one, coach. You know what I mean? He would have given him a fair one if the guy would have faced up to him man to man and said, "Yo, you got a problem with me," and you know what I'm saying? Like, but you know, some people just react silly, man. But you know, you like Mr. Bashir said, yeah, you have to pay, man. You can't just attack people because of what people say. Like, it's, as you older and you have responsibilities, you work and you have kids and you got to be someplace to do there. Someone irritates you in some situation, you have to make a quick decision. Do I F this person up, or do I just like ignore it and huff and puff and hopefully go see my wife and see my kids, and in a couple hours you forget about it, right? But it's in the back of your mind. Is it worth it? Is in your mind? Is it like, you think when you're younger, bruh, it's like you don't think, and you just reacting to reaction, you know what I'm saying? But when you're older, you have a bit more thought, a bit more, you should be a bit more wiser, and you should think about it. And it's the thing, you know, he reacted in his mind, yeah. I know he got less he pled, but does he actually have any remorse? That's the question. Does he have any remorse for what, you know, situation? Father, I'm defending my sister, and asked, would he do it again? I mean, he's, you know what I'm saying? That's the only thing, you know. His defense attorney sees it as a win-win. I don't see how that's a win-win. There's nothing to achieve in that. You know what I mean? I don't see no win-win in this situation. Yeah, man, gagging order, maybe. I don't know, really, on me. I don't feel gagging on me, man. Mr. Bashir unfiltered though. If you ever met Mr. Bashir, he just yeah, hit the like button. I appreciate it, yo. Thanks, Phil. And then you know what? You guys keep popping your questions. All right, that's Mr. Bashir right now. We good to go. Oh man, see this. So there we go. We back. So he called me himself now. So I was answering now. Just load it up. Come on. There you go. Be back, yeah? Mr. Bashir.
Yeah.
All right, man. So he's pled. He done a plea deal with the case and that. Let me first off ask Mr. Bashir. Was you there in Detroit, or did you attend?
Listen, man. The whole thing. Did you go live yet?
I'm live right now. Yeah, I'm live. Everyone's listening. Everyone's waiting to hear what you have to say, my man.
Okay, all right. I want everybody to hear this.
Yeah.
America is just like many other places in the world. Okay? As long as there's two black people doing this to each other, then nobody cares. Nobody gives a hell, you know? Because there's two black guys that's involved, and what's the big hoopla? You know? Negroes do it all the time. They beat each other, they rape each other, they rob each other, they kill each other. Over religion, over politics, you know, over greed, over selfishness. They do it all the time. So what's the big deal? One Negro knocked another Negro in the brain, almost killed him. We're just charged with aggravated assault. Now, trust me, I think that the political system in Flint, Michigan, the mayor and company were instrumental in him getting a plea bargain. My question is, how does a person get a plea bargain when he's on parole, number one, when he's got a felony assault, number two, when he's got a felony arson, number three? So how does what happened to the parole system? Didn't he, when he hit me, wasn't it a violation of his parole? No. They bypassed that and gave him a slap on the wrist and said, okay, we'll charge you with a misdemeanor. Why? Because it wasn't them. Why? Because it wasn't somebody white. In America, white is right and everything else is wrong. That's just the way it is. And white constituents, I have white constituents here in America that will bow their head down and say, he's right. They know I'm telling the truth. So long as it's a Negro knocking another Negro in the head, who cares? What's the big hoopla? He's on parole. He should be given a life, 10 years at least. Because they said it's aggravated assault. So what do I have to do? Do I have to die for them to charge him with murder? If that was Jim Lampley, if that was Larry Merchant, if that was Harold Letterman, if that was Kathy Duver, if that was Freddie Roach, if that was Teddy Atlas, the media would be up in arms and then charge him with attempted murder the way that they're supposed to charge him with attempted murder. I fell and hit my face, my skull, on a marble floor. He knocked me out by hitting me in the top of the crown, the base of my skull, with no warning. So my question is, what did he think was going to happen to me when my body hit that floor? I'll tell you what, he didn't care. That tells me that he's an unstable, incompassionate coward. He's a coward, because he never confronted me. He never confronted me and said, hey man, I don't like what you said to my sister. Hey man, I don't like you, this, that. Let's take it outside. He never gave me that opportunity. Because I would have did a number on him. Whether he did a number on me remains to be seen. But I know that I would have did a number on him. I know I would have did a number on him. But he was a coward, so he took the coward's way out. And these people come back, well, what are we going to charge you with aggravated assault? It's easy for them to say aggravated assault because they're not the ones that lost their teeth. They're not the ones that's waking up in the middle of the night, practically every night, angry, with anger issues. You understand? I'm angry because I can't put my hands on him. You understand? I'm angry because I can't get back with at him. I'm angry about that. You know, and I think that some measure of justice should be done in this case. How does what kind of system is that? Where a person can damn near kill a person and just get a slap on the wrist. Oh, you've been in jail 4 months, that's enough. And now he's pleading guilty. Now he's pleading guilty to a lesser charge. Because the political system in that town, they're not doing this guy no favors, because sooner or later this guy is going to kill somebody, and all the effort is going to blow up in his face.
Wow!
It's going to blow up in his face, because sooner or later he didn't learn a lesson. He's not going to learn a lesson from this. He's got a felony arson where he set a house on fire. He got a felony aggravated assault. So what makes you think he's going to learn something from this here after just 4 months? No. It's going to go on. He's going to do it again. He's going to do it again. And those people that are behind it, those people that are instrumental in him getting out of this here situation, they're not helping him. They only add on to what he's capable of doing. You know, the coward is the most dangerous individual in the world, a coward. Because they do things in the dark. They do things with stealth. They do things to avoid being detected. So it makes them very dangerous. Benedict Arnold was a famous American trader. John Wilkes Booth, who killed Abraham Lincoln. These kind of people were dangerous. Those people, those cowards that sold us in slavery, they were dangerous. Those sellouts that sold us to those Europeans to bring us here to America, to bring us to Britain, to bring us to all over the world. They were sellouts. They were traitorous sellouts. Cowards. And they're dangerous. Cowards are always dangerous. Even on the plantations. Those cowards that would go back and say, Master, they get ready to escape that. They were dangerous. You understand? They're dangerous people. So this guy is trying to get away, but you know what? He won't get away silently. I'm going to make so much noise about this here because he should have been charged. You understand? He should have been charged. He should have been penalized for being on parole, number one.
Mm-hmm.
They're not even penalizing him for that. It's like he wasn't on parole. Oh, it's just one Negro knocking another Negro in the head. They do that all the time, so just let him go. You understand? But I'm just I'm angry, but I'm patient, because I know his time is coming. His time is coming. His time is coming. I know it.
Wow.
But I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off about the fact that it's being something, and I know that the political system there in Flint, Michigan, is behind it. How do you go from a felony assault to aggravated assault?
Yeah. He's on parole for real. Yeah.
He's on parole, and these people that's giving him this plea bargain. His attorney said, "Well, that year he was talking threatening. He was threatening. I've never threatened nobody. I never threatened nobody. They can't prove that I threatened nobody. And even if I did threaten somebody, I didn't do nothing. I didn't put my hands on nobody. You can talk all you want to talk in America as long as you don't touch nobody. And that's what he did. He touched me. Okay? I didn't threaten him. I never even saw him. This weak little pussy coward came up behind me and struck me in the head and ran out the door like a little bitch. You know, because he didn't want to take a chance on confronting me because he knew that there was going to be contest. He knew that I was going to fight back. And if he didn't know, now he knows I was going to fight back. Listen, man, I grew up in New York, in Newark, New Jersey. And you ask me, these are some of the toughest places in the world to grow up. I grew up in the 50s and 60s. You understand? And you had to earn your keep, man. Everything was it was rough. It was rough. So Flint, Michigan is not really rough. Not compared to Harlem, not compared to Brooklyn, not compared to New York and New Jersey. North New Jersey, I mean, it doesn't faze me. But I grew up in a time where you didn't do stuff like that. You confronted whoever your enemy was, and you got it in with your fist. With your fist, that was the commonplace. We didn't use those knives and bats and guns and stuff. We did it with our fists. But this coward snuck up behind me and committed to assault me and then run out the door. And I despise him for that. I despise him.
You know, I honestly, when the thing came down, I thought, maybe you was involved, and maybe you said, the spank on the wrist is what he got. But obviously you were. I don't think you was in the court case, and obviously the attorney, whoever it was talking for you at the time. But I honestly thought at the time, I think he's done so many charges, and maybe because affiliated with Claressa Shields, that no. Understand me.
The deal that was made with him was between him and the prosecution. If my attorney was never involved in it.
Yeah, I understand. Why is that the case then? Why would you go ahead?
Because you can do that in America. You can make it that the inmate can make the deal with the prosecution and say, listen, all right, look, I don't want to contest this in court. Why? Because if they go to court with it, they know that they're going to lose. You understand?
Yeah.
If they go to court, they know that the jury is going to find them guilty and he's going to get more time. Yeah. So I'll avoid that they're going to the jury. I'll just cop out and say, listen, I did it. I made, I did it. Have mercy on me. Have mercy on me.
But the judge may not. But listen, I think hopefully this video gets around and everyone else is in the chat, and everyone's agreeing with you 100%. I mean, when it first went down, they said a year and a fine. I don't know if that. Are you going to get any conversation? It's in March. Are you going to be there in March on the 10th to protest the verdict? What's your course of action at this point?
Well, I'm going to write the judge. I'm going to write the prosecutor. I'm going to write to all parties. I'm going to go to the newspapers there in Flint, Michigan. It's not right because they're making this guy out to be a guy that just made a simple mistake. But you made a mistake while you're on parole. If you're on parole, you're supposed to automatically be jailed.
Yeah.
Automatically. You can't make no plea bargain while you're on parole. What about parole? They act like parole is not even in the picture. Oh, she pleaded guilty. How you gonna plead guilty to aggravated assault and you're on parole? The parole stipulation says that you can't do nothing. You can't even jaywalk. You understand? You can't even get into an argument in a public place because you're on parole. That's a violation. But the political machine there in Flint, Michigan is instrumental in this being approved. I'm telling you.
That's corruption. Sounds like corruption here, Mr. Bashir.
Big time corruption. Big time corruption.
The man could have killed you, man. I'm not gonna lie. When I found out, man, I haven't talked to you since then. I was hurt, man. I mean, the whole thing. I mean, I don't want to obviously drum up feelings, but could you go back into the thing? I mean, what we saw is only from Fight Hype and stuff like that, where I felt
Claressa Shields got ready to get on the scale. When I saw her disrobing and getting on the scale, I ran up and just to look at the scale to see what she weighed. When I approached the scale, two other females in her entourage came up to me very, very closely with their hands in my face. I mean, literally two, maybe 3 inches away from my face. You know, saying, step back, you step back. I said, wait a minute. I'm free to stand here and observe or wait. I can do that. No, you step back all the time. Now, mind you, they got their hands in my face.
Mm-hmm.
You know, their hands, their fingers are spread wide as to block my view. So I stepped back once, I stepped back twice. I said, listen, I'm not going to step back again. Don't do that again. I was really containing myself. I had to really work on myself in that instant. Because where I come from, you put your hands that close to my face, you got to keep looking to get cracked hard. Male or female, you don't put your hands in nobody's face where I come from. Because you get your face knocked off. You understand? Now, had I knocked one of them out, if I had knocked one of them out, oh, Bashir, he hit a woman.
Yeah.
He hit a woman. He knocked out a woman, man. Man, he deserved to go to jail. I'd be over there facing 10, 15 years. Because that political machine that's working for him wouldn't be working for me. They'd be working against me. So if I had turned one of these freight trains over on one of their chins for putting their hands in my face, then I'd be in a bad place. I'd be going to the Michigan State Prison now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Probably doing 10 or 15 years for doing that.
Yep.
See, you see how this thing works? You know, it doesn't work the same way. It's not a fair system. You know, it's not a fair system for those who are trying to follow the righteous etiquettes of life. This is not a fair system. If I had punched one of those girls for putting their hands in my face, and believe me, I want to turn one over because I got pissed off when they put their hands in my face like that. No, where I come from, you don't do that. You don't put your hands up to nobody, male or female, because you be looking to get punched in your mouth for doing it. I really restrained myself when I backed away from it. And I ultimately walked away from it. Mm-hmm. I said, let me walk away from them before I do something that I'll probably regret. So
where did the punch happen? Because all we saw was on the floor. Did he hit you in the back?
I had walked away from the situation. Everything had dissolved.
Where was you walking? You walking to the exit?
No, I just walked away. The girls went one place, I went to another place, and it was over as far as I was concerned. And that's when this guy snuck up behind me and hit me in the head.
Wow, that's a coward, man.
A real bitch, really bitch, you know?
Yeah.
A real bitch. He didn't like the fact that I told his sister, I said, listen, don't put your hands to my face like that again, please. Now, step back twice. I'm not going to step back again. Don't put your hands back up to my face. Because if you do, you're going to catch a bad break. All right? I'm telling you that. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You're subject to catch a bad break because you put your hands on my face like that. I stepped back 2 times. You know, and I'm going to tell you, you know, you got to conduct yourself like a woman. If you want to get the respect of a woman, you got to conduct yourself like. But if you step down that place and act like a man, then you don't get treated like a man.
You did say that. You said that at the time.
I said something along those lines.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't start this. People make out on the internet like I started. I didn't start. I just came up to look at the scale.
Yeah, some people have been. Go ahead.
I was in my legal right to take a look at the scale.
Yeah, let's go back to that. Let me ask you a question, Mr. Bashir. Yeah, you've done many men's bout. This is the first women's bout. Now, I'm not taking sides, and I understand 100%, and I saw it from that point. But from a female point of view, when women go on the scales, usually other women are there. In hindsight, looking back, do you feel like you should have another woman there at the scale? Because I know what you're looking at. You're not perverting or anything in that case. I understand what you're there.
No. It's just a boxing match.
Yeah.
I'm the boxing trainer.
Yeah.
I'm the trainer.
I understand.
I have the right to observe the weight.
Yes, you do.
I didn't touch nobody. All I did was come up to look.
Yeah, I understand that, but she was like you said, she was struggling to weight, and she was cut down all the way down to her thing. I'm not saying you do. I'm just trying to say from the point of view of females, because when I watch women's boxing regularly, it's usually women are around that area, even in the weight, and the men usually the weights announced, and then you know from the distance. But it's usually women around there. You have women supervisors. Now, I'm not saying whatever happened after that fight, no one has the right to.
It wasn't an official weigh-in.
Yeah, I understand that.
She was just testing the weight on the scale, and I wanted to see what it was.
Yeah.
Because I know she was struggling to make the weight. I wanted to see what it was to put some psychological pressure on her.
There you go. Yeah, I understand. I knew that she knew that. Claressa understood, but I don't think them people are boxing people. I don't think they understood. I don't think they understood.
No, the people that was around her was thugs.
Yeah,
thugs.
Yeah, that's why I'm. Yeah,
they were thugs.
That's
and
what.
Look,
yeah, go ahead.
Not only do she act like thugs, they act like thugs wherever they go.
Yeah,
they conduct themselves like thugs.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, they conduct themselves like thugs, and that's why this whole thing happened, because they were acting like thugs.
Mm-hmm.
And our brother was acting like a thug, but he was acting like a little coward thug. He wasn't acting like a real thug. A real thug would have came up to me and said, "Hey man, I don't like what you did. Let's get it in."
Yeah. Give you a fair one. That's right.
And then so he said, "Let's get it in." I bumped him in his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I would have bumped him in his mouth, because when you say let's get it in, then it's done. Stop. It's already started.
Yeah.
He came from out of the crowd, slithering and sneaking around like a little hyena, and then hit me, and then tried to exit out the door.
Yeah, he did. He ran. Yeah, he saw what he did. He actually.
The guy was a coward.
Yeah. We 100%. 100%.
So those elements, those who acted in concert to get him out of the city, they're not doing him a favor, because he's gonna mess around the next time, and the next person he does that to it, he will do it again. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but he will do it again, because he's not learning nothing from that.
I did say that. Yeah, go ahead.
Cowards don't learn. No, he hasn't done enough time. It's
No, I agree with you. But you see, let me ask you, Mr. Bashir, right? So from the incident, how was it affecting your life? Because you, like I said, you're a very busy man, even though obviously it happened. I know, obviously.
Well, I haven't been able to fly, because there's some things going on in my brain where the doctors have not allowed me to fly yet. So I can't fly. I can't go nowhere.
Wow.
I'm grounded. I'm seeing a gauntlet of doctors. All right? Brain doctors, skull doctors, Then I got paralysis in the right side of my body. My right foot, my right ankle, my right calf, my right shin, my right knee, my right thigh, my right hip, my right buttock. It's just numb. It's just numb. And it has not restored feeling yet. You understand? So these are things that I'm dealing with. These people that said, "Oh, it's just aggravated assault." All right? My nose bleeds, in the middle of the night, my nose bleeds. When I got to stay up and nurse a bleeding nose in the middle of the night, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I got to nurse a nosebleed. These vicious headaches that I'm getting, and they said, "Oh, it's just aggravated assault." So, you know why? Because it's just 2 Negro. But had that been somebody white, they would have charged him with attempted murder. Had that been somebody white, they'd be raising hell right now with this deal that he made with the prosecution. The prosecution never even called me and said, "Hey man, I'm gonna make a deal. How do you feel about it?" It never said nothing to me about it.
Yeah, that's why I called you. So I want you like what? I mean, he just came down.
The prosecution never said, "How do you feel about this?" He never said nothing. But because I'm a black man, it don't matter. I'm making a deal. He'll just have to take it. That's what they're saying. They never called me and said, "Sir, they want to try to make a deal. How do you feel about it?" They never tried to communicate with me. It wasn't until after the fact after the deal was made, they called up and said, well, we made a deal. You made a deal? What kind of deal? They never asked me anything. That shows you the kind of regard that they got for black people. That shows you they don't have no regard, man. They said that racism don't exist. Racism is as alive in this sport of boxing as it is in other places in the world. And it's most of the time, and let me tell you something, most of the time it's white people who can't get over racism. It ain't black people. It's white people that can't get over racism. They're the only ones. Or they're the major ones. Now, there might be some racist black people, but you got to ask yourself, why is black people racist? Because they've suffered so much racism from white. They feel like they're only required to be racist, which I don't condone. I have white friends. I have black friends. I have Latino friends. I have Asian friends. I'm a friendly person. If you anybody that ever met me or spent time around me, know I'm a friendly guy. I'm a friendly guy.
Yeah, you are 100%.
I love people, man. I was raised like that. But it's white people. The most people I've experienced racism from was white people. They're always doing something. They're always weak. They always find a way to take the shortcut out. If these people cared about me, they'd call me up and said, hey, this guy wants to make a deal. I would have rejected the deal, but I would think that they would call up the victim.
Yeah, that's right.
I would think that they would call me up on the phone and say, he wants to make it, but it didn't matter. You see where I'm coming from? It didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
The hell with that shit. I'll make the deal, you'll just have to take it. That's what basically they're saying. Basically, that's what they're saying. You take the deal, we made the deal, you take the deal, or go to hell. Racism, man. Racism. Can you imagine if he had snuck up behind Jim Lampley and hit Jim Lampley in the head like this?
Oh, man, they would have made a big thing about that, man. That would have just, for the death chair.
Larry Merchant, Larry Merchant, Harold Letterman.
Death chair.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah. Oh, man, he would have.
Can you imagine if he had did that to one of them?
Yeah. Death chair for real. He's on, like you said, he's on parole. Let me ask a question. What did you want happen going into this thing? Because obviously we know it's a heinous crime. They saw it.
He should go to jail. He should go to prison.
How long for?
He should go to prison 15 years.
And what compensation else would you want? What compensation would you want?
What compensation?
Yeah, for because obviously you can't fly, you can't work, can't go around.
You know. That's another avenue. You know, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to work again in my life. I told you I got numbness on the right side of my body, and I keep explaining that. I explain that to everybody that I got numbness. I have to restore the feeling in the right side of my body.
It's horrible. That's terrible, man.
So I don't know whether I'll ever be able to get back. I lost all of my teeth. So now I got to wait 13, 14 months to have teeth put back in my mouth. I had a perfect set of teeth. They're gone. For life, they're gone. They're never going to come back. So now I got to wait 13 months for my gum harden up. So they put a track in there, they put a teeth back in my mouth. So
you just been drinking, eating for a straw?
No, I if I say when I buy an apple or pear or something, I gotta let it sit. I gotta let it sit around the house until it gets soft enough for me to eat it.
Wow, man, it's a lot.
I got no teeth to eat it with.
That's a lot of inconvenience, you know. You know, most people inquiring my yeah, bro. Yo, go ahead.
That's putting it mild.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I guess the wrong word, choice of word. It's terminal. But give us your thoughts on obviously you wasn't there with Ivan Havison. If you were obviously with her, you know, you was getting her ready for that day. Her performance wasn't what you expect. You walked to the ring with her. You know, can you talk about that a bit more? About
I think that this whole thing displaced Ivana. I don't think that she was emotionally, mentally prepared because she was. I just think that my not being there took a lot from her. Stevie, I'm sure did what he could do, but still, I think that it took a lot away from her momentum. I think it took a lot away from her psyche. I think it took a lot from her emotion, my not being there, my being here in the state, you know, and she being way over Roy. You know, we talked every day and every night. I did the best I could. She did the best she could, you know. But I do think that it took away something from her game, you know. I thought that she'd be all right, but I saw her after the fight started that she wasn't all right. So emotionally, you know, she wasn't there. You know, she wasn't there. Not taking nothing away from Claressa. Claressa did what she's supposed to do. But Ivana was so emotional about me getting injured. So emotional about it.
Yeah, I remember. Well, I heard that she.
Every single day she was calling me saying, "Are you all right? Will you be all right? Can you walk? Can you talk?" She was so concerned. I kept saying, "Worry about the fight. That I'm gonna be okay."
Yeah.
But she just, you know, all that weight in. People who have never been in a boxing ring don't understand that, you know. But you know, it took a lot from her. You know, I thought that she did a good job in going the distance. I thought she stood up and went the distance. That was brave of her. But Ivana didn't show a fraction of what she's capable of showing. I think if I was in the corner, I think that it would have been a better fight. I'm not saying she would have won the fight. I'm not saying she would have lost the fight. I'm saying that if I was working in that corner, it would have been a better fight. Not that Stevie is not capable of doing it. It's just that Ivana and I have a bond, you know?
Yeah.
And I can tap into places in Ivana's psyche that nobody can do.
Yes.
That nobody can tap into. I can tap into that. So I'm very proud that she went the distance in life. You know, the circumstances, I think that she did a good job, you know?
So Mr. Bashir, Claressa Shields mentioned that she's come to see you a couple of times and called you up to see how you are. Is that true? And yes, she did. Yeah, because she did say that, you know. I mean, between the two of you, obviously, you understand boxing. It's just the other people outside a boxer didn't understand that. It's just it's so unfair. I mean, unfortunate. And honestly, listening to you right now and all the things you're going through, if it was in different states, I think they would have threw the book at the young man, at the guy. You know what I mean? Because what he did in any state, in my opinion, is unbearable. I don't know why this is being allowed to.
You see, with this here circumstance, the only way they was going to charge him the way they're supposed to charge him is if I died.
Yeah.
If I was still on the respirator in the hospital and didn't regain consciousness, then they would do something.
Yeah.
But why do we have to wait for somebody to get injured like that? Why do we have to wait for somebody to die for the powers that be to do the right thing? And then they tell the people here in America, well, just do the right thing. Well, I've done the right thing. And what was the result? For somebody to get a slap on the wrist after 3 or 4 months and say, "Oh, you can go home now." Who are they doing a favor? Him? I doubt very seriously if you're doing a favor, because this guy already set somebody's house on fire. He's already had an aggravated assault. Now he is in a public place in front of all of those people. You're going to hit somebody in the head. I mean, just think about this here. You're going to commit this kind of assault on a human being, not in a dark alley, not on a dark street, but it's 100, 200 people there, and you just hit me and walked out the door like this. That tells me something psychologically is displaced in this guy's mind. And he's a danger not only to people around him, he's a danger to himself. And when an individual becomes a danger to himself, then he's a danger to everybody. This guy needs to be locked up. He needs to be locked up.
Well, people were saying that's why Claressa Shields got kicked off the zone. He said that because the crowd she was moving was too rough, and the zone didn't like it. That's the reason why they didn't bring her on. She moves with some real rough crowd, man. Real rough people like that. You know what I'm saying? And
they ain't rough. They're not rough people. They're fake rough people. They're fake rough people. If we had been somewhere New York. We have been somewhere in Cincinnati. If we have been somewhere in New Jersey and did that, they would have got killed. They would have got killed. They would have gotten beaten to death because everybody knows me in those places. They're not tough. They're not rough people. They want to be rough people. They try to pass themselves off as rough people, but they're not rough. They're not tough people. You know, they act like they act like they're tough, but they're not like Philadelphians. They're not like people from Brooklyn and Harlem. You know, they ain't tough. They're not tough people. They want to be tough. You know, they want to be pass themselves off as rough people, but actually they're cowards. You know, they're just cowardly people.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. Mr. Bashir, so what are you doing for rehabilitation in terms of strengthening yourself, and how what are the doctors saying that you need to do to try and bring stuff back to the numbing in your leg? How did you overcome that? Like, and obviously
my daily routine is that I see 7 doctors in a week.
Wow, so you see 7 doctors in a week?
Therapy here, therapy there, therapy on my neck, therapy on my brain, therapy on my leg, on my ankle, on my, you know. I see masseuse, chiropractors, everything. I hit a marble floor. I just collapsed and hit the marble floor face first with no control. Imagine that. I'm 5'9". I'm 5'9", 200 pounds, man. And the minute this guy hit me on the temple of my skull, I collapsed and went face first into a floor. When I got to the hospital, my teeth was jammed into my roof of my mouth. They were out, but they were stuck in the roof of my mouth. So they had to do 2 surgeries. They had to take the surgery to get the teeth out the roof and then bend the gum forward and then take the teeth out. That was one of the painfulest nights of my life. I never had that much pain in my life. You know, all the time out there, then I got my cheek was swollen, you know. My ear was blood blew out, you know, busted the eardrum, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was just crazy, you know. Bleeding on the brain twice. Then I get a call back. I came home from the hospital. Then I get a call back from the hospital. Come back to the hospital. We found another tab. And the scary thing about this whole thing, I really thank God that I'm alive. The scary thing is that 2 of my friends, one after the other, died here. No, one of them is still alive, but one of them died. He had a seizure, he fell, he hit his head, and when he hit his head, you know, something happened where the brainstem was separated from the spine. So they had to take him off the respirator, and he died. Now there's another one that's in the hospital, basically now for the same thing. Fall and then hitting their head. So I'm just very fortunate to be able to communicate, to talk to you and the listening audience. I'm just fortunate that I can walk. I'm fortunate that I can just do it. So I'm grateful to be able to go to the doctor. Because I can give them, when the doctor says, lift your arm up, I can understand that. And I understand that it could have been a situation where I don't understand.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm grateful, I'm thankful, I'm humble. But it doesn't stop the anger. You know, the therapy is what it's trying to say is post-traumatic syndrome. You know, it's post-traumatic syndrome. Like I'm talking now, I can taste blood in my mouth, where the roof of my mouth starts bleeding. So that's something from the brain that comes to the roof of the mouth. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know whether I'm going to make it from one day to the next day. I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. That's the scary part about this thing. I don't know if this numbness is going to stay in the right side of my body. But I'm wrestling with this. These are the demons that I wrestle with every single day. Because of some mindless idiot took it upon himself to exact what he called revenge. You don't have the right to attack nobody. None of us have the right to attack the other person. You can say what you want, but you can't do what you want. I'm pissed off about it, I'm pissed off. And then somebody called you, well, we let them take a plea bargain. You made a plea bargain. You never asked me. You never said, I want to talk to the victim to see what he thinks about it, to see if he has any input.
Yeah.
But I don't matter because I'm black. I'm a black man. I don't matter. I'm a black man in America. The only way I would get some justice is if I was on a respirator, if my eyes were still closed and I wasn't communicating. Then everybody would say, oh, we got to get justice for him. But when I woke up, he said, oh, he's all right. He's okay. Whatever I do now, if I took a basketball, took a shot at a boxer, he's okay. I couldn't be just taking a basketball, trying to take a shot to see if I can still do it.
Let me ask you a question. Do you reckon the reason they got some leniency because the judge is female, the prosecutor is female, and some of the stuff you were saying they see as maybe homophobic slurs, and maybe
What slurs was homophobic?
You say if you was a woman, I was if you're a man, you'll knock you out because you was referring to her.
I never said nothing to the individual.
Yeah.
I said about the individual, but I never said nothing to any individual that I was going to knock them out.
No, I didn't say you said that. I said that I'm talking about the slurs, not homophobic slurs. I'm talking about
what homophobic slurs?
In terms of her gender. Obviously she's lesbian, isn't it? You know what I mean?
I didn't say I never said anything about her being lesbian.
You didn't use
not one time. No, not one time did I make any reference about her gender. Not one single time. And matter of fact, while we're on the subject, no one single time have I ever made any reference at any point in my boxing career or in my life about someone's gender. And if I did make one, I challenge anybody in the listening office to find anywhere on the internet or anywhere in life where I ever made any reference to it. I have people in my family, first cousins that are lesbian.
You called her a monkey, and you said you'll knock her out like a man. You would knock her out like a man, and you said that you called her a monkey. You referred to her as a monkey. I know that's the way you talking it. You know what I'm saying?
It's a figure of speech.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Look, I said, I'll knock your monkey ass out.
Yeah.
It's a figure. It's a speech slang.
Yeah. But it's like they took
knock your monkey ass out.
Yeah, I know. But they took it literally. I know it's been taken. I understand. I know you, Mr. Bashir, but
it's just speech slang.
Yeah, I know. It's been taken literally. This is what I'm saying. This is what they use. Obviously, the offense, isn't it?
Yeah, I just say I'm not your monkey ass out. That's it. It's just street slang.
I mean, that's the way I saw it. Go ahead.
But I never made any reference. Let me tell you something. My mother was the oldest one out of 15 children. 15 children. I have cousins who are homosexual. I have cousins who are lesbian. If we get along just fine, that's their business. That's their business. We get along just fine. They're my cousins. They're my family. So I would never make any reference like that about anybody.
Yeah, I understand. I understand, but that's what's being used, obviously, to bolster their case in terms of stuff you were saying about reference that. But a guy came over to you. I think that was that Claressa Shields' boyfriend. He came over to talk to you, and that you were sitting down. Fight hype was what the thing. But at that point, we didn't think nothing. We thought it was over and done with. You know what I mean?
No. The guy, the Claressa Shields' boyfriend.
Yeah.
He's been a gentleman throughout.
Yeah.
He's been a complete gentleman, so I have nothing to say about him. Claressa herself didn't never say anything. It was her sisters and this other girl that was with us that started shit. Claressa never said nothing, and the boyfriend never said nothing. I was pissed off because they had their hands up to my face. I didn't like that. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I never let even a man. I never let men put their hands that close to my face. If a man put their hands that close to me, I'm gonna hit him. I don't care who they are. I'm gonna fuck their ass. I'm gonna try to turn one over and knock them into the mall. and I don't care who it is. Don't put your hands in my face like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But that's why
we gonna get it in right in there. I don't care who it is or where they come from. If you put your hands in my face like that, then we're gonna get it in because I'm gonna turn one over on you.
I mean, so
I don't play them games.
Mr. Bashir, is there anything that you in that situation, anything you regret in terms? Because I personally think at this point, before you answer that question, that women's boxing is different than the men. You've been around many men. This has never happened, but you're around women boxing. There's a lot of things on the line.
I regret?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what I regret?
Go ahead.
I regret allowing some stupid ass people to make me stoop to their level. That's what I regret. That's the only thing I regret. I allowed them to draw me into a shopping match with some stupid, ignorant women. They were dumb, stupid women that don't know nothing about boxing. And don't have no regard. You know what? They like ghetto rats because they don't have no regard for eldership. They don't have no respect for their elders. They don't have none of that. But let the time pass. And their chance is going to come. If they think that they were bad as young people, wait until they turn to be my age and let somebody from the next generation come up and crack them. And let's see how it works out. Because the next generation that they're going to be faced with, the young people they're going to be faced with, is going to be 3 times as bad as the generation now. Because nobody's raising children no more. They don't have no regard for eldership. They don't have no regard for God himself. The young people now don't have no regard. I'll do what I want, when I want, to who I want, and we don't give a shit. That's how it is. They don't have no regard. As opposed to the time that I was growing up, you have regard for all adults. Black, white, brown, yellow, you had to respect all adults. But there was a breakdown in the communication between parents and children. There was a big breakdown, and these people don't have no respect.
No, I agree with you.
And it's going to be worse tomorrow. It's going to be worse. We in 2020.
Yeah.
We need to get to 2030, 2040. You see how what regard they have. They don't have no regard.
And the laws as well seem like to me, because it's unfair. I mean, like I said to you, you know, what happened to you was horrific. You know, it was horrific. It was. And it's, you know, everyone saw it at Showtime. All the boxing people saw the whole thing. It was horrific. And what's happened right now is
you know what really get me?
Yeah, go ahead.
They you know what get me? They act as though Showtime didn't videotape this all. I believe Showtime has the video of everything.
Well, they said on the thing on the website, on the Detroit website, that they showed the full footage. So yeah, they have.
What?
They showed the full footage of what happened with him hitting you. He wasn't gonna.
They need to give that to the prosecution.
Yeah, they have it. They have it because
they recorded. They recorded the shot match, so I know they recorded everything else. But suddenly, there's no video of him striking me in the stuff.
Because it's Claressa Shields. Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Because Claressa Shields.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Her promoter controls the movement of Showtime.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You got videotape of everything. You see everything. You see everything up until the time when he hit me, and then right after he hit me when I'm on the floor.
Yeah.
All that videotape.
Of
him running out the door. They got the videotape there. But where's the videotape for him hitting?
Yeah, sure.
It's a big conspiracy here.
Well, you can request that because they have got it. Obviously, with the prosecution, obviously you can request that. Have you talked to Vladimir? Is Vladimir involved, or Vitaly? Have they reached out to say, you know, obviously to?
Yeah, I spoke to Vladimir and Vitaly.
Mm-hmm.
I spoke to them. Well, it's out of their hands of the prosecutor.
Mm.
The prosecutor is the one that turned the wheel. He made the deal without even asking me.
It was a woman.
Yes.
That's why I say that it was.
You know why?
Yes.
You know why?
Yes. Go on.
Because the mayor of Flint, Michigan, is smitten with Claressa Shields.
Oh, is it?
The mayor.
Okay.
Is smitten with Claressa Shields. So I suspect. I don't know, but I suspect that mayor is influencing that prosecutor to downgrade it, say, oh, it's just a simple assault, because she didn't get her teeth knocked out. She didn't crack her skull on that floor. She didn't bleed. She didn't feel no pain. So it's easy to say it's just a simple assault. Just let it go and get, Artis Mack out of jail. It's Claressa's brother, for God's sakes. Let's get him out of jail. Not thinking about sooner or later this guy is going to kill somebody.
Yeah.
Because he's a coward like that. A thoughtless, mindless coward. So I think that he's going to get his.
Wow.
Sooner or later, he's going to get his. Somebody's going to tax him. Somebody. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Well,
I know that I am not the only one that this person has offended. I'm not the only one that this person has attacked. So sooner or later, the clock is ticking on his ass. The clock is ticking on him. Sooner or later, somebody's gonna cash his check.
Well, you've won over any of the doubters in the chat. You've won them over there, as they're saying such as much as well. You've won them over as well with obviously your what's happened to you. I mean, like I said to you, it's like it's amazing that you're talking. I actually showed the footage actually earlier on when shortly after, I think it was a couple of days after, when you made a video on your Facebook. Your face was swollen, your teeth, and you want the extent of the law to push it, but this is not what you expected. Definitely not what the result you expected at all. 100%.
I'm just trying to play by the rules.
Yeah.
I'm trying to play by the rules. I'm trying to let justice take its course, and as a result, these people slap me in the face. They slap me in the face. This guy's on parole, but now you can sidestep parole, and we just let him cop out to a simple assault. But how does he do that then when he's on parole? I mean, how does that happen? I fail to understand how this has happened. I fail to understand how does that system work. And I'm very, very upset about it because it's slapping my intelligence in the face. It's like saying you're not intelligent at all. We'll do what we want to do. We'll do it the way we want to do it. And this prosecutor, this jackleg prosecutor, that's what he is, a jackleg. That's who is evidence. It's a jackleg prosecutor, because that prosecutor, by right, should have called me up on the phone and said, look, Artis Mack is trying to make a plea. I'm the one that got hit in the head. I'm the one who got hit in the head, and then to add insult to injury, my face slammed into a marble floor. And every time I think about that day, I said, man, I could have killed myself.
Yeah, you could have.
Man, I could have killed myself. I said, man, I could be paralyzed somewhere.
Yeah.
I could be in a coma somewhere. My unconscious. I was knocked out, unconscious, and fell face first to a marble floor. What was that idiot thinking about when he did that? I'll tell you what, he wasn't thinking at all. I don't give a damn. I'll just knock you in the head. If you die, you die. It would show you that this guy is not rational, that this guy is cold-blooded, and somebody needs to rein him in. He needs to go to prison. He needs to go to prison. He shouldn't be out roaming around amongst civilized people because he's uncivilized. He's a savage.
Was it his hand? I don't know. I think I'm not too sure. Did he have something in his hand he hit you with, or was it a closed fist?
Nobody knows what he had in his hand. Whether he discarded, whether he had brass knuckles, they are assuming. the people around, are assuming it was a punch. But I've been hit a few times by a punch, and no, I just get the feeling that something was in his hand when he hit me.
Well, it looked like something was in his hands when he ran off. I'll be honest with you. He did look like there was something in his hands. It looked like he had a phone or something in his hands.
I get the feeling from my skull. My skull tells me that this is not the impact of a punch. This is not the impact of a punch. You understand? It's not the impact of a punch. Something was in his hand.
100%.
My head was aching and painful for days. For days. It was sharp pain for days. And sometimes they're infrequent now. But the first 3-4 weeks out there, it was like people were jumping up on the ceiling over my head.
Wow. Yeah. That's crazy. I think he's done it before, you know, because I think he might have done that before. Hit someone in the back of the head and watch to see what happened. You know what I mean? Because he seemed like, you know, that's not something you just randomly do. You know, if you know what I mean? But I don't.
A coward was going to preserve himself.
Yeah.
He didn't want no contact with me. That's why he did that.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
He didn't want any contact with me. He didn't come up to my face to say anything. You understand? To do anything. He didn't make no contact with me.
So
because he knows, or he sensed that I tear his ass up.
Yeah.
I'll tear his ass up.
So
even at this advanced age, I tear his ass up.
I agree with you. I'm not gonna one hand behind you. Yeah, I agree. You got so much.
And you know what? I get the feeling I would even squash the whole thing, lawsuits and all stuff, if I had a chance to be with him one-on-one, you know, like in a room or something. for 5 minutes. Tear his ass up. Because, you know what? Because he got no heart.
Yeah.
He told me something about his character. He got no heart. He's a punk.
He does, yeah.
He got no heart.
Yeah.
I despise people like that. I despise people. And then he'll play up it off like he's a tough guy. He's not a tough guy.
I think you go down for murder though. If you had him in the room though, I think you'd be down for murder, man. I mean,
oh, man.
I think, yeah, you probably, you know, you probably speak.
I'm just angry like that. I'm speaking out of emotion.
Yeah, I understand. So the next course of action. I don't know how it works in America. That obviously you're gonna appeal. Can you appeal the result of the case to the judge? Can you appeal that or disagree?
No. It's because it's called double jeopardy in America. Once that ruling is passed now, then that's it. They can't try him on that. But
could you charge him for the medical bills and the doctor bills or anything like that after? Because what you only get in one.
Well, you know, a lawsuit still takes place. You know, I'll have to exact my justice through the lawsuit. I don't know what I'm gonna be able to do. I don't know whether I'm gonna ever heal up.
Yeah, because you have to try.
I don't know if I'm gonna heal up. This is he did some serious damage.
Yeah.
He did some serious damage because he did it while my body was totally relaxed. I was never even expecting to be struck in the skull like that, you know? And then my skull hit that floor. I'm just so fortunate that I didn't break more than what I broke. You know, my skull cracked, you know, but I'm fortunate. I'm grateful that I didn't break my nose. I didn't break my cheek. You understand? You know, I broke all my teeth. But I'm just fortunate. I'm grateful and fortunate that more than that could happen. I'm grateful and thankful that Ivana was there. Ivana was right there. She was right there to protect me.
Yeah, she did. She did protect you. The way she let out a scream, it was like, whoa. And then, you know, everyone reacted because of that. You know what I mean? And it was.
Ivana kept everybody away from me. Everybody tried to approach me. Ivana protected me.
He he was coming at you, and then one of those guy, he was trying to attack you after that. I don't know if you've seen the footage. He was looked like he was going to try and come back at you, and then he realized, and someone told him something, and then that's when he ran for the doors. But they collected him at the front. But he says, you see, the thing is, yeah, if you was well enough now, just the saying, if you was well enough and able enough to fly, would you have came to the trial? You know, when the case that this would happen, if you know,
they never told me what day they was gonna try.
Oh my gosh, they didn't even tell you what day the trial was gonna be.
Tell me nothing, man. They didn't tell me nothing.
It's like some secret inquisition or something.
They just told me that there's gonna be a plea bargain, and you know, they didn't say they're gonna be trying at Monday at 11 o'clock or Tuesday at 4 o'clock. They didn't do that. They didn't show respect. If they showed respect, if they were concerned about the citizens, about the victim's case, they would say, look, on such and such a day, he's going to be in a courtroom. You can be there to voice your displeasure to the judge or whatever. No, because the prosecution said, we don't need him there. We don't need him there. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? It's done. It's over. We're gonna let him cop out to the charge now. Accept it. Get over it. That's what they're saying. But again, I say again to everybody in the listening office, in the listening audience, if I were Teddy Atlas, if I was Jim Lampley, if I was Larry Merchant, if I was
Freddie
any
Roach,
of these people,
yeah,
Freddie Roach,
yeah, Freddie Roach.
You know what I'm saying? Larry Merchant, what's the scorekeeper? You know, what's the scorekeeper guy?
Oh, you talking about the one who passed away? Letterman?
Yeah.
Harry Letterman? Is it? Yeah.
Harold Letterman.
Yeah.
You know, if I was Lou Duva or any of these people, well, Lou Duva is gone too, but I'm just saying it hypothetically. If I was Kathy Duva, if I was any one of those white people, he'd still be in jail and he'd be facing another charge.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I listen. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's just
that's what makes me more infuriated because there's two kinds of justices in America. There's the black justice and the white justice. All right, they don't do things. They don't do things when the two Negroes doing it to each other. It's different. But if that Negro do something to somebody white, it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, I was reading the article and he said he has mental health problems and he has obviously cases pending after that. So he doesn't look like he's coming out no time soon. He was in a jump shoot, handcuffed. Yeah, and he's got another year. Like they're gonna read the sentence out now. It's gonna be in March. Now I don't know. Obviously, you don't even know when you'll be able to fly again. So if you was be able to fly, would you turn up to the sentencing? Or send someone else to the sentencing or to find out, you know, to complain. Because I'm sure
they said they're going to sentence him in March.
Yeah, March the 10th. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see what kind of sentence they get.
Because you know the thing is, yeah, like I was reading it. Yeah, it could have been 10 to life and stuff like that. But he said obviously, you know, like you said, it was a bit 10 years or to life. He would have got longer. But then that's what he copped up.
He should eat, but the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Is flagrantly in disregard of the law. When you set a house on fire, I don't know whether the house had people in it at the time or not.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact of the matter, when you set a house on fire, a house is a big thing.
Yeah.
When you set a house on fire, you know what I'm saying? That tells me something is wrong with this guy, you know? That his furniture is not in the right place in his brain.
Mm-hmm.
All right? But it's in enough place to understand right from wrong. All right? Then when he goes out and attacks somebody else and get a felony aggravated assault, it tells me that he knows right from wrong. When he struck me in the head, he tried to exit. He tried to get out of the building. He knows right from wrong. So he should be charged and held to that standard accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you know, you try to tell people to follow the law, and this is what you get for following the law.
Yeah. I mean, you're
the law.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, this is this you say, well, follow the law. You know, you can only benefit from the law if you follow the law. Okay, I'll follow the law. What was the result?
But I think it becomes like boxing, protect yourself at all times, you know? Because after seeing that situation there, in the age of Ali, in the age of, you come up from all the age of Ali guys talking in boxing. And I feel like this is what I'm trying to say. Obviously, I know it's female boxing. I don't know if they're used to that or to understand where you was coming from. You was building the fight. You was making interest in the fight. Their opposition was saying that in the press conference, you had your fist towards Claressa Shields. But what you was doing is help promoting the fight with your fighter. We could see that.
Listen,
Go ahead.
In my opinion, I just wanted to see Claressa's weight. And I would have went and sat back down, and there would have been no problem. I was cordial. I was a gentleman up until that point when they put their hands in my face. When they put their hands in my face, then they brought out the monster in me. Yeah. I would be afraid to walk up to anybody and put my hands in their face for fear of how I would make them react. Mm-hmm. Because I'm respectful like that. I'm not going to walk up to any individual and put my hands up to their face. I don't have that kind of nerve to do that kind of stuff. Because I know in my heart and soul that I'm wrong. This is wrong. But they did that to me, which shows you they don't have no respect. These are young kids. These are young children putting their hands in a grown man's face like that. They have no respect. Yeah. You're right. You're 100%. No class, no respect. And I got so angry, like, oh, you understand? I just thought, I said, oh my God, oh my God. And I stepped back, and they stepped forward, and I stepped back again. And I cautioned them, do not take another step, okay? Take another step now, it's gonna cost you. All right, I'm not gonna back out the door. I'm telling you to take another step, and it's gonna cost you. And I'm so glad that they didn't, because if they did, I'd be in prison now. Yeah. I'd be in prison now. I'd be facing 8-9 years in prison. Because the political machine is not going to work for me the way it's working for them because of Claressa Shields. So, yeah, I'm pissed off about this whole thing. And I'm pissed off with the prosecution because the prosecution is allowing this deal to go down. The prosecutor never even called me on the phone and say, look, this is what the guy's asking for. What do you think about it? What is your perspective? Could you come into the courtroom and talk to the judge? Could you come to the courtroom and express what you feel? No, that never happened.
When did you find? Go ahead.
That's why I said there was some sinister actors behind the scenes that was helping to facilitate this whole thing.
When did you find out about the verdict? How did you find out about the verdict?
I found out that it was the place was Friday night.
Who said?
First.
Go ahead.
First, I was asked, could I be in the courtroom on Monday? I said, on Monday? I said, y'all didn't know, you didn't know 2 weeks ago that this case was going to take place on Monday? This is what I got the message on Friday. Okay. So what I said was, okay, I'll be there. I'll be there on Monday. I'll get a flight out of here on Saturday. I'll be there on Monday. Mm-hmm. Then later on, I got back and said, "Oh, it won't be necessary for you to come."
Okay.
Yeah, wow. Because I told him I was going to come.
Yeah.
And then I said, it won't be necessary. The phone hung up. Then I get a call again. This is 3 calls in one day. Then I get a call again and say, oh, he's going to cop out to aggravated assault. Because I get the impression they felt that I wasn't going to come. But I was going to come, and I was going to come every single time. Mm-hmm. I don't care if it was 20 times. I was going to fly there 20 times to that courtroom every time. But I got the impression they didn't think I was going to come. But I said, I'll be there. I'll be there. This is terrible, man. This is terrible. This is a terrible blow for the justice system here in America. You know what I'm saying? It's a terrible, terrible blow for the justice system in America.
Yeah, because if you was there, yo, that there, you know what I'm saying, hearing that, well, his mom was there. I've got the pictures. His mom was there. His mom, his auntie was there. So there was family members there, obviously support him, but there was no one, representing yourself, and there was no one there. That's why I called you, because I was like, oh, I didn't see no pictures of Miss Bashir. I don't know what's going on. Let me call me, and I ain't told you for a while, so that's why we trying to find out what's going on, and what you just said there. Yeah, go ahead.
You see how they contacted the family for the family to be there. But the prosecutor never contacted me for me to be there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So what kind of justice is that?
It's no justice at all, man. That's no justice, man.
That's contempt and disrespect. But again, I have to keep going back to it. Again, had I been Jim Lampley, Larry Merchant, Teddy Atlas, Freddie Roach, any of those people, because of the color of their skin, they wouldn't have did it like that.
Well, listen to this, Mr. Bashir. You're talking right now on EJ Boxing Live here. Most everyone's listening to you. There's other guys who probably want to talk to you about this case. So we're not going to let this thing go. You're going to get your case. You're going to get your word out. It's going to reach the people who are notified. They're going to be embarrassed about how this thing went down, because, again, like, it just went down only not too long ago. Obviously, I'm here in the UK, and I want to hear your opinion. And a lot of people want to hear your take on what's happened, because at the end of the day, it still have March, and at the end of the day, you drum up enough noise, then maybe that can be overturned, and they can have another look at you. See what I'm saying? So I hope. Go ahead.
I'm civil, but at the same time, I'm furious.
Yeah,
I'm furious. I'm furious because I played by the rules.
Yeah,
I played by the rules. I could have. I could have did some things, I could have did some things if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not like him. I'm not a mindless idiot like this guy that did it to me.
Mm.
And his family that's there supporting him, they should be the ones that come to him and say, hey, man, you was wrong. You can't hit that man in his head. The man old enough to be your grandfather. I think you do something like that here. The family is there supporting them, but they're not asking about the question of right and wrong.
I think Claressa Shields knows it was wrong. I think she,
Any intelligent person knows that it's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way you can justify that. There's no way you can justify it. I heard the lawyer say, well, there were some things that were said that caused Artis Mack to act. No. Words. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never harm.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So you can't just go out there and act on a whim. Because somebody says something, I'm going to go out and bust somebody in the head. No, it doesn't work like that in America. Well, Artis Mack, he did it because, he was threatening his sister. I never threatened none of his sisters. I never threatened them. I never said nothing to them. I said something about them, away from them, but directly to them, I never threatened none of them.
Even if it's the case, there's represent to move up and hit you like that. You don't. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Mr. Bashir. We got in some heated arguments about this stuff with some of the YouTubers and backwards and forwards and stuff like that. And you know what I mean? It's just like, come to the question. I was like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Like, but some of the young guys I talked to, their mentality, like you said, it was like, to me, it was alien. They don't feel they didn't see no remorse, and they feel like, obviously, the incident prompted you to get hit, and they say, well, any day someone's talking that way, that's what happens. I go, but he's,
you know why?
I said, go ahead.
The average young person, I'm not gonna say all of them, but the average young person that's out there in the world now, they punks. They don't have no heart. They won't have the heart to get into a fist fight.
Mm-hmm.
When I grew up in the era of the fist fight, the 60s and 70s. When if you didn't get lost, you say, all right, let's take it to the backyard. We go to the backyard and we go in there, slug it out.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody lost, somebody won, but we all went to the movies that night and we all stayed alive. We had our lips busted, knocks on our eyes, knocks on our head, but we all stayed alive, and we all went to the movie that same night. Hey, man, you win that one, you won that one, and I lost that one. Let's go to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it was. But now these cowards, punk-ass guys go get a gun, and they go murder their friend. Murder him, and then sit around the prison for 25 years saying, well, I wish I would have did that, and I'm sorry for that. You understand? Sorry don't bring those people back alive. So those folks that said, well, he fought daddy, they never knew the story. They never knew the story. They never knew what happened. I'm telling the story about what happened now. Now, how do they feel now? I'm telling you, I never started nothing. I just came up to look at the scale. They are the ones who came there for the aggressors towards me.
Mm-hmm.
I never said a word to them. I just walked up to look at the scale. That's when they approached me. So their mindset saying, well, he should have said nothing, you know? They wasn't there, so what could they say? they couldn't say the truth point is that they weren't there. They weren't confronted with the issue of somebody coming to them, putting their hands up to their face and stuff. So they don't know. These people, the average young person out there, they ain't got no fault. They go get a knife, they go get a gun, they go get a stick, a golf club, or something, and try to kill somebody, you know, in the name of being tough. But if you tough, you put your dukes up and take your chances.
Mm.
Put your hands up, put your dukes up. Just get in a little circle and let's plug it out. Let's see who get there first.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the kind of life I came from. I grew up like that.
A fair one. That's what
it's
called a fair one.
Believe me, man. I had what seemed like 100 fights.
Mm.
Sometimes I won, sometimes I lost, but I always showed up to fight.
Mm-hmm.
I always showed up to fight. I fought a guy named Gregory one time, and Gregory was kicking my butt, and we went to an exchange. We was in a playground, and we throwing a lot of punches, and Gregory was kicking my butt. And one exchange we went in, you know, we threw a bunch of punches in that exchange, and then when I came out the exchange, I looked at him, and I saw a knot over his left eye. And I don't know, it brought like a sense of calm over me. Because I said, man, because I felt proud of myself. I said, man, I must be doing something. He had a big knot over his eye, so I must be doing something.
Mm.
You know, I popped his eye, and I felt good about myself. You know, because there was a sense of achievement. I earned this here. I didn't do it with a gun. I didn't do it with a knife. I did it with my fist. I did it with my guile. I did it with my intelligence. You know, I outslicked him, I outsmarted him, and I got my punches in.
Mm.
And we remained good friends, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Despite the fact we had 3 fights, we still were good friends.
Mm.
But these young people now, they want to maim and cripple and kill. You understand? They get down to the prison and be crying like a little bitch because they can't go home. And then the mother and father show up like they ain't did nothing. But in the meantime, you know, like I said, I got the paralysis on the right side of my body. So I don't know what's going to happen. But my feeling is going to be restored. I can walk, but I don't have the feeling. So I don't know whether that feeling will ever come back or whether I have to live the rest of my life like this here. But either way, he was wrong for what he did. And his family is running around rallying to his support, you know, like Artis Mack didn't do nothing. He's a fucking coward. A coward. That's what he is, a coward. As long as they run around supporting him, it's like you can go out and kill somebody. We still gonna support you. You all family. You know, I tell my children all the time, like my mother told me, everything in your life has a ripple effect. If you do something to somebody, you gotta expect that sometimes that person's family will come back and do something to you.
Mm-hmm.
The same goes with this situation here.
Yeah.
Because people don't forget, you can't control all of the people.
No, that's right. 100%. You know, I know. Oh, you got
right?
Yeah.
There were a lot of Muslims there. There were a lot of Muslims there. that wanted to do something to him. All right? That wanted to do something. And I said, please don't do nothing to him in my name. Because people are going, if something happens to them, they're going to think I was involved in it.
Yeah, yeah.
But heck, I'm here in New Jersey. So we're going in Michigan now. I don't care what's going on. I don't care. I'm telling you, I don't care.
But you went through the right channels though. You're looking for justice in the law, and the law didn't serve you justice. But like I said, it's not too late at this point. It's not too late. You've obviously voiced your opinion, and you know the world is listening. And I'll share the video around. Hopefully, get more interviews, and we keep this ball rolling. And people want to hear your opinion. I mean, I know they want to hear your opinion on the verdict. I mean, this came out.
Listen, man, I'm not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not perfect, but I'm no cannibal. I'm no bad person. I'm not going to go out there and try to maim, cripple, or kill nobody. I'll just stop talking to the person. I'll just stop communicating with the person. I'll just stay away from the person. I won't do none of the other stuff. You know, like sneaking up behind somebody and hit them in the head with something. A pipe or whatever skill we had in his hand. I don't think it was a punch.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so either.
The swelling that I had on my skull, on my face, no, I think it was something else.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. You're a big guy in that. He's only 5'5" or 5'6", short guy. He had to jump up to hit you and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like I said, when people have done it, it seemed like they might have done it before. And it's cowardly. It's 100% what you said. I know, like, obviously we're discussing that. Is there any other boxing news that you feel like you could talk to just to kind of like thing, or you're not really in the mood to talk any boxing? You just want to get this off your chest?
I just want that to get off my chest.
Okay.
I'm just saying that boxing's alive and well, and I hope that it progresses in 2020 to even better high than it did in 2019. I just hope that it does better. Some of the fights they're making, I'm not. I saw a Rickendale fight.
Yeah.
What's the other young man?
Are you talking about Gary Russell? Yeah, Gary Russell with the sisters coming out, right?
yeah, but I wasn't impressed with either fight.
Nah. Yeah, I know was I.
Well, I wasn't impressed in either fight.
Mm.
You know, I want to see more. So Gary Russell said he's going to move up and he's going to engage
against
Lomachenko.
Yeah.
And Tank Davis.
Yeah, that's what he wants. Tank. Yeah, he said so. He said, yeah.
Well, you know, he better get some guns.
Yeah, he ain't got none.
I saw him the other night. He don't look like he got guns enough for Tank Davis or Lomachenko.
He look old.
You know?
He look old to me. He looks old. He look like that lower weight. He look like he done. He's just, you know what I'm saying, he might go up for money, but I don't see him beating them guys. They're more explosive and hit hard.
He's a quick boxer.
Yeah.
Good boxer, but I don't know if he can keep Lomachenko and Tank Davis off there. Those guys can punch.
Mm.
All right, we'll see. As time goes on, we'll see.
What about your man Fury? Fury Wilder. You see anything changing in that rematch?
No. I think that Fury will give a good account of himself. But I think he'll be knocked out in the end. I think Wilder's going to catch him somewhere in that fight.
Mm-hmm.
And when he does, I think they're going to put him out. I think that Wilder should come into the fight between 225 and 228, 229, and he should have that weight on him in the ring. Because if he hits him with that kind of weight on, Fury won't get up. But I do think that Fury will give a good account of himself.
100%.
I think, but I think that Wilder is going to, somewhere in that fight, he's going to catch him. And when he catches him, he's going to hurt him bad.
Yeah.
Usually when Wilder hurts somebody, he can get him out of there.
Yeah, because Fury's coming into his change. He's got Javon Hill. He's at the Crump gym. He's been doing other things. You think Javon's style would work with Fury's style? They didn't really work together.
I think I think that Fury dances to the tune of his own music. I think that once he gets hit, that he's going to resort back to what he does best.
Yes, yes.
You know, I mean, you know, he's coming with a good plan. He said he's going to back Wilder up. He said he's going to engage with him. But once he tastes that wood, I think that things will change and he'll go back to what he does. I think he's too far. I think he's too far gone now for James Ali or anybody else to change it. You know, he might try some things, but like I said, once you get into the middle of that fight, you start getting hit. You'll always go back to do what you do best. Every human being is alike. You know, you can try some things, but once you start getting hit, you know, Wilder's left hook is getting good too. Right hand is a powerful weapon, but his left hook is getting better, and his jab is getting better.
Yeah,
so we'll see. We'll see when the fight happens. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to press you too much in it. There's quite a few fights. Usyk's supposed to be fighting Derek Shaw, but he's got an injury, and Joe Joyce is. Usyk's got injury. He's supposed to be. It's been postponed for 2 months. Usyk, yeah. So
I was looking forward to that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it'd be that competitive, to be fair, though, because I mean, when you was with Usyk, man, he was sweet. Where that's when they started saying he was like Lomo, and he never used to get hit. If he was with you, I'd say, yo, yeah. It was like that's easy. But these days, he seems like he's flat-footed. And what was your performance? I didn't ask you about his performance against Chaz Witherspoon, which most people feel he didn't look good, man. He never looked good in that fight, right? But I know he won though. But
you know, Usyk and I made good music together.
Yep.
And people keep calling me and telling me that he hasn't looked the same since you guys worked together.
That's the truth.
Well, you know, you can't make a horse drink, even if you take him to the water. You can't make him drink. So he's out there. I think Chisora is going to put up a good fight against Usyk. The Usyk that I'm seeing now, the Usyk that I'm seeing now, I think Usyk will best Chisora. I think he'll win the fight. I think he'll win the decision. But that is going to be a hard-fought decision because Chisora realized he's a very intelligent guy. There's Usyk and Chisora. They're very intelligent guys. Chisora is going to fight Usyk. He's going to be prepared for that fight because he knows if he beats Usyk, then he's back in the lottery. He knows he's going to make a lot of money.
Yeah, that's what it's about. Yeah.
Chisora's going to come into that fight hungry and dangerous. And Usyk is going to come into that fight hungry and dangerous. Because Usyk, on the other hand, I think that if I beat Derek Chisora, everybody knows that I've arrived. And Chisora is saying, if I beat Usyk, then everybody knows that I'm back. You know, so that's a good fight. That's a really, really good fight.
Yeah.
But you can't, you know, I think that about Usyk versus Freenis. That was a really, really close fight.
Yeah, it was very close. Yeah. Yep.
And that was too close for comfort.
But he was getting hit, man.
Usyk didn't have to take those kind of chances.
This is what I'm saying. This is what when you left, you ain't around. That's what happened. He didn't need to get hit like that, man. For real, I agree with you.
Well, he just missed me, so he must have had a better plan. But according to people that told me, said no, it doesn't look like he has any plan. You know, he's been taking punches. You know, I had him in a position where he wasn't taking punches. I don't believe in taking punches. Not when you can box like Alexander Usyk. You don't have to take those punches. You don't have to be there. You have to go through that there. Make the fight as easy as possible. When Usyk and I split up and started standing flat-footed and standing there and taking punches that I don't think that he should be taking. It shortens his career. And when you're in there with a big, strong guy like Derek Chisora, you don't want to take those kind of chances. So,
and Daniel Dubois versus Joe Joyce. That's the final one.
Oh man, that's a good fight. But I like Dubois. I think Dubois is gonna win a decision over Joe Joyce. But having said that, I respect Joe Joyce too. Joyce can come. That's a really, really good fight. Those are two really. They should have those fights the same night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good card. Chisora Usyk, you know, and Dubois versus Joyce. I think that's a really, really good fight.
Yeah.
But I think that Dubois is smart enough to outbox Joe Joyce.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that he's smart enough. He better be smart enough. He better not be in the engagement, because if you're engaging with Derek Chisora, sooner or later it's going to weigh you out. Chisora's a strong guy.
Yep.
But I think basically they're the same height, right?
Yeah. Similar. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's just I always talk boxing with you and stuff like that. And I learned so much from you in boxing. The knowledge you have, yeah. Now I know you got jewels up there, man. You keeping them like you was training Glad Sarenko. What's happening with you? Obviously, you can't train Glad no more. You see, people understand, like, you've been a busy guy. Like, every time I've known you, 1 minute you're in Poland, next thing you're in Ukraine, then you're in South Africa, then you're somewhere else. You've always been in different places doing your work, training your fighters. Now, this is probably the longest time you've ever probably been in one place, though, right?
Well, you know what? I'm grateful for the patience and understanding of Vlad Sarenko. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Vlad Sarenko is in touch with me twice a week. He communicates with me. He asks my opinion about this. He asks my opinion about that. And what should he do about this, about that? So I really, really appreciate him respecting me and waiting for me when he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to wait for me to get better. He can move on, and I wouldn't blame him. But he says, no, you're my trainer. I want you to remain my trainer, and whoever I work with understands that you're my trainer. And I really appreciate that from Vlad Sarenko. Very respectful guy. Very good guy. Very good-hearted guy.
That's great. I love
him, man. I really love him. Yeah, I really love him. He's a good guy.
And then you obviously, Ivan has a chick. She still checks on you and see how you are. She's you. You know what I'm saying? I think they try to paint her as a racist in the thing, and they try to paint in the fight with Claressa Shields. They try to paint her as a racist. In the fight, how is Ivan? She still took.
No. That was something that was. I think Claressa was just trying to get an advantage. I think Claressa thinks Ivan is a racist.
Yeah.
And I'm here to tell her and everybody else that no, Ivana is no racist. Ivana is my girl. She's a good girl, good person to be around. I mean, that's my cup buddy. That's my cup buddy. I really love Ivana. She's a good girl.
Let me ask you.
I wish her the best. I wish all the best in her career. I do. I wish her the best. But she's good people.
Yeah,
good people.
On social media, Teddy Atlas and all the other trainers and loads of people actually wish. How many people have you? What kind of people? Obviously, when you feel a lot of people wishing you that you'd be better. Mr. Like I said, Teddy Atlas, loads of people. I remember when it happened, loads of condolences.
Yeah, all of them came out.
Yeah, they did.
Michael Buffer.
Yeah.
Teddy Atlas. Oh man. Don King, I mean everybody. Everybody. I mean, I've been around for 50 years. I know them all. At some time or another, I've engaged all of these people, and they all. And Michael Buffer writes me frequently now.
Wow.
Michael Buffer stays in touch with me right now. Tom Lufford, Tom Lufford from the cage too. All these, Vern Bunton, all of these people care about me, and they showed they care about staying in touch with me, check with me, how you doing? Is the life better? Are you better for me? Is there anything I can do? So all these people stayed in touch with me, contacted me. All these people know that I'm a good guy, and they're good guys, good men to me. I've been around all the time. I shared a lot of training situations with Teddy Atlas. When we were in the same gym working, different fighters in the gyms and stuff. So Teddy Atlas knows me. I know him, and he's a good guy. Good people.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the time when it obviously fell out when when it went down. You know, like so many people on Twitter, everything like that, and you know, it was you know, it's to be fair, like right now, I know that you know, obviously just came down, but I still feel like there's still the story is not done yet. Like I understand what they say they're gonna give him, but if you put enough pressure on the media at this point, they have to, you know, look at that thing and say, "Yo, boy, listen, this is serious. Like, how can you go ahead and do this with the man? The man didn't even get opportunity to say his piece in court to give his thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't take a plea. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That the thing is,
told me, say, look, he's gonna take a plea bargain and get lost.
Who was it? A woman who called you, or a guy said it? Who was it? So who?
It was a woman, you know.
Yeah.
Basically, they said what they planned. They said, look, we're gonna make a plea bargain for him. So you know, take a walk. You know, take a walk. This is what we're gonna do. Like it or not. This is what we're gonna do.
Messed up.
But they never said. You have a chance to express your feelings to the judge. You can come to stand before the judge and talk, because this is how it goes in America. You understand? Now, if I had some money, it would have been there. All right? But I'm not a rich guy, you know? I've done all right for myself. I've been with some good boxers, and those boxers have taken care of me, you know? But I'm not rich that I can just be up and take my money, spend it right. Because, you know, I got things that I got to do like all that. But if I had money, it would have been different.
Yeah.
But that's how it is in America. You know, money walks.
Yeah, well, and she's like, what's up? What's Claressa Shields' promoter name? Is a young Jewish fighter. He used to fight as well. What's his name? I can't remember his name. He's the one who kind of Demetrius Salido. Is it Salido?
Yeah, Salida. Demetrius Salida.
Yeah, like they're connected. You know that because they see Claressa Shields on the rough and they want to make her happy. I guess these things kind of get brushed, you know, to the side like it's nothing. I guess, like you said.
These people don't care about what happened to me. They care about how much money they can make off of this.
Yeah.
And they wish silently that I just get out the way, get out the news. But not just yet. I won't leave. I'm going to express myself to every news outlet that I can to let them know that this is wrong. This is why people in America say, I'll take this into my own hands. You say, stay right. And let the law take care of this, and then when you try to let the law take their course, nothing happens.
All right, so how can people contact you if they want to? Because there's a lot of people. D-Stars Boxing, he wants to interview you on his channel. How can people contact you to find you if they want?
Same way you did. You know,
I said, that's what I said. The same thing. They will contact you on Facebook. What's it? James Ali Bashir on Facebook, and he contact you, and you know, if you want to interview Mr. Bashir, you can, as long as you're. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right. Elamin, that's right. You're right. Elamin Bashir, right?
Boss Ali.
Yeah, that's right.
You can share it with him.
Yeah. I mean, listen, like I said to you,
this is therapy for me, because I can talk to people. I can reach the people. I can let them know what really happened, what the real story is. I know the story because it happened to me.
Yeah.
And I'm not pulling no punches. I'm telling the truth. Everything that I say, I'm telling the truth. I'll stand in front of anybody and say that this is the truth. And Claressa knows this is the truth. And the people that were there, they know this is the truth. You know, the people that it's showtime, show the whole video. You know, on the internet, you got one clip of me talking, next clip I'm on the floor.
Yeah, that's
what happened with the action in between there.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's like someone around there said, someone around must told them all footage. Don't put that footage out. If you put that footage out, you can no longer come to the press thing. That's what I was thinking. The same thing. How comes that footage is not out of this guy? All you see is the guy running off. Though there's other footage though of the guy running down.
Well, it makes me suspicious.
Yeah.
It makes me suspicious. It makes me think that the promoter was involved. Don't show that footage.
Yeah.
Because it would incriminates our brother.
Yeah, yeah. Well, of
But
course.
now it doesn't make a difference because he's already confessed to doing it. So show the footage.
Yeah, he has, and well, that's the thing. Like, this is what I'm saying. With your legal case, you need to. They have the footage. They said in the court case, what I read the article that they actually saw the footage. The judge saw the footage, and I just like you said, it's a slap on the wrist. A year and £1,000. Are you even gonna receive that money? Is that all they're gonna give you for your compensation? That's terrible. Who's getting that money? Because someone's getting it.
Well, I'm still going to doctor, so it's going to be a while, you know. It's going to be a while. I'm just trying to get the feeling back in my right side.
Yeah. So how old are you now, Mr. Bashir? Because I think when you came out, I think they said you was 70.
I'm 68. I'm 68 years old.
Still quite young, man. He's still quite young. You know, they're saying 68.
But that falls to the floor because about 5 years of my life.
Yeah.
That was hard, man.
Yeah, that would put 5 years on you, man.
Was terrible. That was a terrible thing, you know?
Yeah.
That first night when I came in the hospital, you know, I went to sleep, and I went to sleep saying, will I wake up? Am I going to wake up? My head was hurting so bad. I said, man, I want to take hope. And then I said, you know, I just watch out for me because I got to go to sleep. I go to sleep. I'm fighting sleep all the time out there. And the doctor said, we got to operate. We got to take the teeth out of the roof of your mouth. My teeth was in the roof of my mouth.
Madness.
You got to remove these teeth from the roof of your mouth. So they gave me a shot, and I went under, and when I woke up, it was gone.
Yeah, could have got infected just right. It's devastating.
Yeah. Well, it ripped the roof of my mouth. So I had stitches across the roof of my mouth, and then I had stitches all over around the top of my mouth, and at the bottom of my mouth, and my lip had stitches all on the inside. So I had a lot of stitches. It was dozens of stitches in my mouth.
It's horrific. It's horrific, man. Man, the guy tried to kill you, man. Murder, man. That's attempted murder, man. Attempted murder. That's what this guy tried to do.
Yeah, but those people that's giving him this plea bargain, those people, they didn't take the blow. They didn't take the blow. So, I mean, how could they possibly know? How could they possibly know what I went through? How could they possibly care? Because it didn't happen to them. It's the same thing when I mentioned around my white friends. You know, they say black people do this, or black people do that, black people do. I said, but how could you know what black people been through to make them like this? You know what I'm saying? You don't know what black people went through to make them like this. Yeah, but you keep talking about slavery back there. You keep talking about slavery. Slavery is over. But the remnants of slavery is still on black people. That's why Artis Mack did what he did. It was easy for black people to be incompassionate when it comes to other black people because this is how we were reared on the plantation. And the plantation mentality kept moving on and moving on and moving on. It's alive and present here in America and in Great Britain too. Yeah. In Jamaica. In Haiti, it's still there. The remnants of slavery is still there, man. Nobody cares. It's up to us to change our own condition. It's up to us to reach out to each other and change our own condition. This man knocked me in my head and didn't even consider what's going to happen to me when my face hits that floor. He didn't consider that. Because he's a freaking idiot and a coward. And it's hard for me to show compassion for him because he didn't show me none for me.
Yeah. Last words to the people. And thanks that we're talking to you. I'm obviously going to keep in contact with you. Last words to the people, Mr. Bishop. Go ahead.
Just show your brothers and your sisters compassion. Try, man. Try to change. Try to change your attitude. Try to change the way you deal with each other. Try to be a better family man, a family woman. Try. We can be better than each other, but this salary stuff, we'll never get nowhere as a people. We'll never get nowhere when we do stuff like this. We'll never get nowhere. Who's going to respect us worldwide? Who's going to respect us when one black man is going to knock another black man in, or any man? It could be a white man, it could be a Latino man, it could be an Asian man. Nobody deserves what happened to me. Nobody deserves that. I wouldn't do this kind of thing to my worst enemy. I would be so fearful that the person would die. So just try to change yourself. Change the way you deal with your family, the way you deal with your neighbors. I don't care if the neighbors is black, white, brown, or yellow. Change the way you deal with your neighbors. You know what I'm saying? Just change and try to make the world a better place, man. This is ridiculous that this kind of thing happens. But he made an enemy of me by trying to kill me.
Yeah, he did.
You know, people say forgive him, but I'm not in a place where I can forgive them. You know, I can't just get up and say, well, I forgive. God has to put forgiveness in my heart to forgive him. Right now, it ain't no forgiveness. You know, it's not I can't forgive that. Good night, brother.
Okay. Yeah, man, definitely. Bye-bye.
And you ain't gonna work today?
No, yeah, I did earlier on, man. I did. I'm go working in a couple hours, man, in the gym, man. I'm at the gym training fighters. Remember, I'm using I still use your tactics on southpaws. What you told me, I still use that.
Don't put my head. Keep that out of your head.
Yeah, I will. Take care, Mr. Bashir.
You know, that's how, man.
Yeah, I know, man. Listen, hey, listen. The stuff you told me that stays in the hard drive. I ain't going nowhere. I get all my little stuff from you, man. No one could tell me when I go to the gyms and people told me this, that, the other. Ain't no one told me what you told me, man. It works like a treat. You know what I mean? How to deal with southpaw. So,
it's always gonna work.
Yeah. Listen. I know, and you think that's only one thing you even gave me because you know you got them locked up, man. You got them locked in the safe, and you ain't got look. You got to pay for this stuff to get out of here, man. Maybe I give to you, but you're a good brother, you know. Yeah. No, I appreciate.
I miss you, man. I'm coming back to see you.
Yeah, hopefully soon, man. Yeah, definitely again, Mr. Bashir.
God willing.
Yeah, man. Good night, man. Take care. Bye-bye. So that's James Ali Bashir, man. So you heard it first exclusively. He's not happy with the verdict, and we're gonna see what he does here. I'm EJ Boxing Live. Thank you for coming over and listening to Mr. James Ali Bashir, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Actually, by the way, that's his name there on the screen. As his Facebook. If you want to contact him on Facebook and message his name. Just put that name in the search engine and contact him if you want to have an interview. Okay, peace.